you worked on a product called Community Sift. And so your background is incredibly rich because you've seen what it takes to do the automated technology that's scanning a lot, as you mentioned, a lot of games. Like I've worked on games that use Community Sift to catch problematic text. And then you mentioned that magical moment when you had to start applying the best practices. I'm curious, when you found yourself making that transition, what was the biggest surprise when you kind of crossed from working on the tools side to applying the best practices?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. And being very open here, Frank, I was surprised by the fact that a lot of the best practices that I was talking about for so many years made so much sense practically. And I think I'm not saying this as a like, oh, I had everything right. It's the reality is that I was talking about best practices with the industry for the industry, right? So even though I wasn't applying those practices on my own, on a specific game that I was working for, I was consulting with multiple people who had roles like I do nowadays, right? Who were contending with all those different scenarios in a practical situation. And so I learned a lot from people. I learned a lot from people who were in the trenches doing this work. So in a sense, like, I'm saying surprise, but it made sense, right? Like it made sense that a lot of the things that I was talking about in different talks around the globe, in symposiums and conversations with people, they actually work, right? So when I joined Minecraft, I had a map, right? At least I knew where to start, right? Like I knew, like, okay, I know exactly where we need to put our focus. And of course, from that point onwards, then it was a lot about adaptation, right? Because it's very clear that there's not one size fits all when you're talking about player safety and ensuring that you are protecting the vibrancy and creativity of a game community while protecting players from harmful and disruptive behavior, right? So some games are more mature, right? So they have an overall, they're catering maybe to a certain age that's older, and the expectations around there are different.